Each confession gets sweeter over time? Whoa. Okay, I'm like, is that the water in the fountain? What is that whooshing noise? Have we actually seen this fountain from this angle before? I can't remember. I counted the leaves falling in the wind. By doing so, I was calming my mind, which was unnecessarily nervous. It's been a few days since the bet with Null started, and I can't help but feel restless due to the opportunity that has finally presented itself. Someone's here. I whispered to Esta next to me, pretending to be looking at the flowers in the garden. Esta didn't look up either, but nodded quietly. From the outside, we'd appear to be a friendly couple enjoying a walk. Amazing. I love that you two are working on this together. Aw, he looks so soft here. Aw, I love that for you, Esta.
The one in the center is Minister Orte.
Esta smiled a bit, as if he were giving his impressions on the beautiful scenery. It's an act in order not to give away that we'd intended to ambush the minister. Ah. I caught his smile in the corner of my eye and remembered the fake-like expression on his face at our first encounter. Compared to that, I think Esta has learned to laugh more naturally these days. Yay! But now is not the time to indulge in such emotions. I kept my face down as I glanced down the corridor. There, facing the garden, there was a figure walking majestically, surrounded by what appeared to be several cronies. That person is Minister Orte. I was not in the courtyard with the convalescent Esta to enjoy a carefree stroll. We're here to confirm Minister Orte's face, who was now in our line of sight. I had been planning to ambush him by myself, but Esta insisted on accompanying me. Aw. I was glad he's worried about me, but concerned about Esta's body, I wanted to finish up as soon as possible. Esta, are you sure you're okay? I blurted it out, and Esta went back to his normal self for a moment, then gave me a genuine smile. His soft, relaxing smile is much more beautiful than the flowers in front of me. Dong. His sweet voice came into my ears, which made me fall for him again. She's gone. She is so gone. I love it.
I feel strangely light when I'm with you.
Yeah. If you're okay, I'm happy. Esta says these things without being aware of it, which is bad for my heart. I was gonna say, like, that line was rather smooth. I don't know if he intended it to be such, but dang. I let the words roll around in my mouth. I'm glad I'm looking down. Otherwise, he might have wondered why my face was turning red. With a small shake of my head, I chased away the distractions and focused my attention on the conversation in the corridor. Minister Orte, we meet again.
Well then, Hatos, I shall leave the issue of the West to you. Understood. If it's an order from Lord Orte, I shall do whatever it takes to accomplish it. An order? You have been in politics longer than I have. I respect you. Age has nothing to do with it. However, the king is our headache. Though we have taken the trouble to bring women from Rus, the birth rate will not increase.
Yes, and in today's assembly as well.
No, I believe the king's right on this issue as well. However, Lord Orte, if the act of kidnapping and hurting women goes on for a long time, the security of the whole country will eventually worsen.
Now that there is a shortage of women, there are some aspects that can't be helped.
We've taken the means of kidnapping the women due to the urgent nature of the situation, but this isn't a problem that can be dismissed so easily. If we continue to hurt these same people so easily, we will soon be destroyed from within as a group of rogues. That's why we have to find a solution now. However, how can we break the curse from the spirits? A curse.
Lord Orte, certainly you aren't saying that the rot is a disease.
I wonder. I don't think it's a normal disease, but it hasn't been proven to be a curse either. Lord Orte, Are you planning to support His Majesty's research?
We cannot afford to spend money and time on something with no visible results. In order to calm everyone with His Majesty's methods, proof is needed that this is not a curse from the spirits.
To be honest, I was surprised. I'd heard he was someone who was at odds with Toya in the assembly, so I imagined he must have a nasty personality and disrespect for women. Rather... well, he's a lot more sensible than that Surin. We just can't get away from Surin. It might be easier to convince him than I thought. Expectations came into action, and I couldn't help but to look up and stare at Minister Orte.
Is this a face worth seeing over those flowers?
Oh! Our eyes met and my behavior became suspicious. As I flustered, Esta next to me bowed in a calm manner.
It has been a while. I hope you are all doing well today.
We were doing well up to now, but now I feel like I have fox hairs on my nose and I might sneeze.
What's with this guy? It's clearly a disparaging remark about Esta. I'm angry at how he's dismissed manners. Minister Orte controlled his colleague with his hand and nodded calmly on the surface.
Oh, it's been a long time. I hope the political assistant is doing well. Yes, thank you.
At a first glance, Minister Orte, who replied to Esta gently, seemed friendly. But looking closely, I could see in the back of his eyes that he's not smiling. I could tell from his air that he was wary of us.
By the way, I heard that you were seriously injured the other day. I was worried that there was something urgent. Thank you for your concern, but as you can see, I'm fine now.
He was able to behave so well while still covered with wounds, so the Black Ops education must be really something. I'm not at all impressed with that education policy, though.
I'm glad to hear it. If you were to take a break, the political assistant will be in a lot of trouble.
This man... Perhaps Minister Orte is somewhat aware of what Noel is doing, even if he doesn't have definitive proof. I frowned at his gaze directed at me, feeling somewhat uncomfortable. It wasn't so much his hostility towards Noel, but the feeling that Esta was being scorned. You gotta defend your boyo. Perhaps noticing my expression, Minister Orte said in a tone that dared to reveal the hostility he had been concealing.
Anyway, you seem to like the garden. Oh, but perhaps today you have been instructed by the political assistant to do some garden cleaning today as well. The political assistant, who values cleanliness, seems to especially hate weeds.
He's figured me out. Abort! Abort! No. With Orte, you gotta be, like, forthright with him. And also, you gotta defend this boy. Orte, you can't get away with this nonsense. We're not being, like, cool sneaky snake, like when we're on Noel's route. We're with our boy. We're defending him. Nice. Yes. Before I realized it, I was pissed. No doubt Minister Orte is also looking down on Esta. Or is not comfortable with what Esta is doing. Of course, I don't approve of what Esta has done either, but I can't stand to have the person who is precious to me undermined. Very good. My husband comforted me when I felt down. I opened my mouth, ready to be rebuked for butting in as a woman, but Minister Orte nodded generously.
Are you the one who became Mr. Esta's wife?
For the time being, he must be respectful to the wife of the head chamberlain of the political assistant. Well, for the time being. As he looked back at me, there was a look of hostility in his eyes that he had no intention of hiding. Nice to meet you. My name is Naala.
I've heard your name mentioned in rumors. That you accepted getting married in place of your friend.
As expected of a minister, you're quite well informed.
I thought you would hate the men of our country for kidnapping you, Roos women. But it seems I needn't worry about that. It's good to know that in the not-too-distant future, a strong girl will be born who would not lose to the rot.
Yes, I would love to ensure that. But with the current state of domestic politics, I can't help but feel uneasy.
Domestic politics.
Minister Orte's eyes squinted as if he were appraising me. Perhaps he thought that a girl is not supposed to give an opinion. Even so, shrinking back from the person you're going to negotiate with will only result in spinning your wheels for years. I don't have the time to slowly warm up the relationship. Yes, I have to wonder. If you don't believe that it's a curse, then why don't you support the king?
The spirits are precious beings that watch over us. It's not that I don't believe in them, just like everyone else.
This way of speaking, he's being cautious of his words being used against him. So you would overlook something while knowing that it may be possible.
Possibility alone is meaningless. If it can't be realized, it's no different from a dream.
At the moment, there's no way to argue that it's not an illusion. I gritted my teeth in frustration and kept silent. While I did so, Minister Orte snorted and walked away calmly.
He is a tough opponent.
I understand that very well now. Still, I have to win this bet with Noel. And I must free you and the women. This was also a chant to inspire me. Listening to me, Esta narrowed his eyes a little sadly for some reason and smiled wryly.
If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. You are quick to be reckless, which worries me.
You've been a lot more talkative lately. Esta, you kind of sound like my mother.
Does that mean I'm nagging you?
I said it jokingly, and Esta also replied in a joking tone. Yay! Jokes all around. I was happy to be able to have such an exchange. Oh, I rather like being nagged. Only by you, though.
I also like your unbreakable conviction. But I would like you even if you did bend.
Oh, thank you. It's encouraging to have a friend who supports me. Esta's whispered "like" is so sweet that I almost accidentally misinterpret it. Whatever my feelings, Esta would only think of me as his best friend, but my heart jumps.
Yes, I support you. Truly.
I felt like there was some other emotion in the second half. I tried to look into his eyes, looking for his true feelings, and was a little surprised when his hand unexpectedly reached out to me. Esta's fingertips trembled once, as if he's going to touch my cheek, but then his hand wandered off and fell onto my shoulder.
I'm supporting you, so please don't overdo it. Otherwise, your nagging mother will nag you a little.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I understand.
You can't say that you understand, but you cannot put it into action.
Your anticipation skills are improving.
Do I need to nag you?
I'll listen when I'm being reckless. I stuck my tongue out in a small, silly way, and he put his hand on top of my head. Cute.
For the sake of your friends who care for you, be careful.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't move for a while because I didn't want to lose the warmth on my head. I wonder if I'm being greedy as I think that he should have touched my cheeks anyway. Agonizing alone felt lonely. Alone felt lonely, so I just mumbled. I like you, Esta. As a friend.
I know, because I like you too.
I wish we were more than just friends, I said internally. As we are husband and wife. Poor Naala. She's married to this guy and like, I wish we were more than friends. Sad face. Home I go, I guess. Alright, are we gonna start our waiting outside the gate again? The next day, I immediately jumped into action. At any rate, now that we've become acquainted, I'd like to meet Minister Orte again and talk to him before he forgets my face. Is this, like, back on track into, like, the normal, like, Knoll-ish route? No, it's not. Okay. I was just curious. I'm like, are we gonna have some back and forth a little bit? But nah. Okay, we good. Still all new. Well, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere around here on the map. Oh, here. Whoa, it's bigger than I expected. The plot and fences are twice as large as the surrounding houses. As expected, I was overwhelmed by the greatness of the aristocratic mansion as I searched for the entrance. The entrance is... Ah, over there. A sturdy gate towered over the high walls. There were 2 gatekeepers with stern looks standing in front of the gate. Excuse me, is this Minister Orte's mansion?
Yes?
The eyes under the helmet were turned to me. My apologies for visiting so early in the morning. My name is Naala, and I'm the wife of Esta, the head chamberlain of the political assistant.
The political assistants...
The ending of the gatekeeper's words bounced slightly in response to Nolan Esta's titles. Yes, there is something I'd like to discuss with Minister Orte.
A discussion. Please wait here a moment. Hey. Got it.
The gatekeepers talked in a whisper and only one went inside. As expected for a leader's mansion, security is very thorough. Even so, Noel's title is quite powerful. I didn't really want to rely on it, but if he doesn't meet with me, there'd be no point in coming here. The gatekeeper returned as I was feeling down in a complicated way, mixed with regret and gratitude.
Ma'am, my apologies, but the master is currently out.
He's not here?
Yes.
The refusal from the gatekeeper who returned was brisk and unpleasant, and I didn't have an opportunity to respond. I wonder what was said to him inside. When will the minister be returning?
I'm sorry, but since I am but a simple doorman, I don't have the authority to speak to anyone who doesn't have an appointment.
Understood. Then can I leave a message?
My apologies. I'm not able to make that promise either.
I frown at the blunt attitude. This response is most certainly telling me to turn back. What should I do? Interesting. So we are kind of back to the choices we've done before. So if I skip here. What do I want to do here? I feel like we need to do the whole wait thing again. It just doesn't feel right to hand over and go home with Esta on the line. No? Interesting. A null up at this juncture. Maybe I should have done the letter thing. Oh well, we'll just fast forward a bit. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Just a little bit of dialogue changes because now she's the wife of Esta, not Noel. But otherwise, a lot of it is the same. Well, I can't wait to wait there every day again. Are we gonna get sick again in the rain? I have so many questions. Tired from standing up all day, I threw myself onto the bed. I rolled around on the bed, taking advantage of Esta not being here, but I suddenly heard the door open and sat up in a hurry. Welcome home! Esta, who witnessed my disheveled appearance, tilted his head at my panic and then giggled. Giggled? This guy? This puppet with no emotions giggled? I love it so much.
I'm back. Ah, you can stay as you are.
I was about to stand up and welcome him, but he stopped me with a motion of his hand. As I was frozen in a halfway upright position, Esta also climbed into bed. Oh my god. If you two could snuggle right now, that would be the greatest.
Can I lie down too?
Sorry.
Why?
You're making sure that I don't have to get up.
You misunderstand me. I am also tired and wanted to lie down.
You're really good at spoiling me.
As I said, you misunderstand me.
He's concerned for me. I know this, and am apologetic, so my words take on a pouting tone. Resting his back against the bed headboard, Esta pulled my shoulders up in a gentle gesture towards him as if to appease his selfish wife. I let my upper body fall back and felt the warmth of my back against Esta's wide chest. I want to CG of this so badly. Aw, it sounds so cute.
Did you know that it's really the other way around?
The other way around?
Doing this, I'm the one being comforted by you. In other words, I'm the one being spoiled.
I noticed he was softly stroking my arm. He wasn't doing it in a sexual way, but genuinely trying to soothe me, and the warmth almost put me to sleep. I turned my head like a cat in a good mood, and nestled the back of my head into Esta's chest. Oh, so sweet. Now you'd be quite popular with women.
According to my experience of 20 years, that's not possible.
You're not what you were before. You've always been good-looking, and now you're kind and caring. Damn. In my vast experience of 20 years, this is impossible. Now, you've always been hot to trot, and now you're also kind and caring. Okay, you're a catch, sir. I tilted my head back further and looked Esta in the eye. I'm like, I can't believe she's getting jealous again. This girl gets so jealous so easily. I'm trying to remember because Surin was the first, but I can't genuinely remember her being jealous when it came to Surin. But man, has she been hella jealous with every guy since. Like, from Naran on to now, she just gets into, like, these jealous little moods. Jealous possessiveness, and I'm like, yo, Naala, chill out a little bit. I was jealous of the image of Esta being popular with women, which I'd created in my own head.
Then it's still not possible.
Why?
Because you're the only one I'm interested in, and the only one I can be kind to.
Jeez. Esta unintentionally says these lines, which makes my heart beat erratically. Then we are not just friends, we're best friends.
That's right. You are a very important person for me.
If that's the case, then you can hold me a little tighter. But that's not something I can say as friends. The line that cannot be crossed is frustrating as I secretly bite the inside of my lips. I'll do my best tomorrow as well. For now, all I can do is move forward. I felt like I was going to explode with emotion if I kept quiet, so I spoke out my determination. Without such daily determination, my heart might have been broken a long time ago. It has been 10 days since I started going to the mansion of Minister Orte. With no changes, my faint expectations get crushed every day. Okay, are we back? Nope, not yet. No! Noel would laugh at me if he saw me getting depressed like this. Okay, I'll do my best today as well. Alone, I made a fist and emotionally took up a fighting stance. Alright. Good morning. Here is my letter for today.
I must ask you to leave.
I knew this would happen. If possible, I'd like to give this directly to Minister Orte.
The master is absent.
I see. Well, I shall wait here today as well. A wry smile appeared on his face as he raised his eyebrows in annoyance. Sorry, but I'm in trouble too. I may be annoying, but I have to have you deal with me. I thanked him and settled into my usual position. Is it still... Yeah, still all new, apparently. Interesting. My feet are numb. Ultimately, my efforts for today ended in a failure again as I waited until nightfall and still didn't see Minister Orte. I sighed loudly and bowed to the gatekeeper before walking away. The only positive here is at least I don't have to face Noel. Sometimes we have to be careful about what you wish for. The heavens just might test you.
Lord, give me strength if Noel's appearing before me. Help me to stay strong and stay focused on the beautiful being that is Esta. Thank you. Amen.
Well, we'll see if my prayer works.
Oh, you are returning home without souvenirs today as well?
Why is it, on days like this, I run into the person I least want to see? My apologies. The souvenir was far too big, so I couldn't carry it home today. I tried to quickly walk past him, but Noel stopped my movements with the brush in his hand. The brush in his hand? What?
I believe it's also your duty to inform your contractual partner of your current situation.
You know without me informing you... I swallowed those words that came up to my throat. He's just lonely. There has been no change.
I see. In almost half a month you have accomplished nothing.
Must I put it in words in order for you to understand?
Confirmation should not be neglected in everything.
Well then, are we finished here? I have to be up early tomorrow, so I'll be going. This time I started walking, but after a few steps his mocking voice followed me.
What's the point of coming here early?
Does this man have to make fun of people in order to get his amusement? I sighed and responded with my back turned. You and your rationalism may not know this, but sometimes waste, when accumulated, becomes something more than waste.
I am impressed with the strength of your foolish convictions.
I'm sure you are. You don't seem to be very good at doing foolish things.
Yes, I am not accustomed to it.
It's rare for him to admit something so easily. A little surprised, I turned to look over my shoulder. I expected him to have a sarcastic smirk on his face, but Noel was expressionless.
You don't think that I would break my promise?
Why are you saying this now?
I'm merely curious. Supposing you win, what if I blew that off, saying I'm not aware of that promise?
You wouldn't call it a promise if you had no intention of keeping it.
You're quite confident in saying that, though you do not know me very well.
I may not know anything else, but I know that at least. You're someone who takes a lot of pride in your decisions. You'd never tarnish that pride. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sent me to negotiate with such an important person, because that could possibly affect your reputation. You're a rationalist, and even though you seem to think my efforts are a waste, you're letting me do it, which is because you value this bet with me, more or less. At least, that's what I think.
That's nonsense. It sounds like you trust me.
It's foolish to trust others in the first place, Noel says, with an unfamiliar dark smile on his face. I turned to face Noel, staring at that smile. You don't like people trusting you?
I am saying that it is nonsense.
You may say that it's nonsense, but I do trust that you will keep your word. It's not that I trust you, I just know how prideful you are. Thank you, Noel. I'm grateful to you for giving me this opportunity. Honestly, I really hate you, but I really am grateful. Surprise Pikachu again. The moment I thanked him, Noel seemed to be slightly surprised. I felt like I was able to pay him back for his usual sarcasm, so I felt a bit good. I guess I also have my nasty ways. After turning away, I stuck out my tongue and started walking away. She just keeps going, bleh. Oh, if there was anyone who could control this guy, it's her. My prayer didn't work. I got distracted again. No! I could feel his strong gaze piercing me, but he couldn't stop me anymore.